weather, rainy season, and all that. But I'd like to, because I stay in Agege. So, Akilo Road, that portion of Akilo Road, that at Akilo bus stop itself, it started off, it was just a little pothole. That was how it began, a little pothole. Right now, what we're experiencing on that road, again, Akilo bus stop, where you have, a Lateran, a Lateran assembly, I think. But what we have right now, formerly, yes, what we have right now is a mini canal. It has spread to the whole breadth of that road. It started, yes, it's, sorry, let me turn on your microphone, right in front of the car wash. It was just a tiny pothole on your way heading to, like you're, not when you're coming from Agege, like on the fast lane.
You're going straight to
yeah,
Akilo.
you're going, exactly.
Mobile.
You're coming from, you want to link Mobile. It was on that patch. But now it has spread to the other side of the road. It's like a mini canal. Please, the person in charge, I don't know the road you pass. You understand the local government chairperson. I don't know whether you live in Agege, whether you live in Ogba, or maybe you don't even live around
Fortunately, the SA to governor on works
it stays around that axis.
Stays in Ifako-Ojayi.
Oh,
and definitely
he flies that road every morning.
And on our platform, I've been seeing
maybe
that
it's the
they
kind
are
of
going
car,
about doing one job or the other.
Maybe it's the kind of car that he drives and maybe he doesn't feel it.
Everybody will feel. I drive SUV too. So I don't know the kind of.
Maybe it's the 160 million SUV that we're talking about. We don't know. There are SUVs and there are SUVs. So we don't know what he drives, or the local government chairman as well. Which we're just pleading with you, please fix that road. It's becoming a nightmare. There's traffic again. It's a snowballed into something major. The second road I want to complain about is Ogba, the one right in front of Area G. That one is like a village road. I mean, with all due respect to people who are from villages,
village road.
It looks. I don't know how that one started as well. So what we do now, if you go heading to Berga, you're coming from Agege, you go turn immediately at Ogba bus stop. You turn into the market, then you take the back of the road. Just to avoid that patch. So we're begging again. These roads are in Ogba/Agege. So please, the people in charge, please do something about it. Alongside all the plenty roads in Lagos.
And we are still in the centers of excellence.
It's excellent. Yeah. Achike, do you have any complaints? You're good with the roads. You're fantastic. I mean,
yes, so I've not seen any bad road.
You live in Ikoyi now.
Body
long
to be fly now.
He lives.
He's always flying.
Even the listeners who say this guy's becoming. Even the listeners who say this guy's becoming liar. All of a sudden.
Achike lives in Bordelon. He's a big man.
He flies.
He doesn't walk. And he flies as well.
Please.
When you're big, you're big.
Please.
You don't relate with peasants like that.
No. Please ignore Nike. That's said it the wrong message.
He doesn't relate with. You see, listen.
Don't hide your personality.
What? Forget this short sleeve.
I'm telling you.
The same thing.
Of course now.
If I tell you where I'm coming from, you will say, this guy is a serious. No. If I tell you where I'm coming from,
Marina,
you say this guy is worse than us. So let's not even go. But then the issue is, really it speaks volumes about the kind of work, the quality of work that is being done. Yes, we know. That sometimes the terrain can be somehow, but the reality is that you have engineers, you have people who understand the terrain, who are taught to know that for this kind of road, this is the kind of treatment we can give it. You're talking about drainages, you're talking about, so somewhere along the line, there are still so many issues that the government has not been able to comfortably contend with. Yes. And so it is the failure of this that is leading to this, because it's every year. And we're in a situation where you can't continue to spend money on the same thing every year. We need to conserve as much as we can. So someone became a hairdresser.
I didn't see that.
I saw it.
All over the country.
They did all sorts. Then you see them on Okadas as well. But once they win, they ban Okadas. Once they win,
of course.
But anyway, it's freshly pressed. And
then once they win, where they pick corn from on the road, they're beginning to pack them.
Are we sure we're head to do freshly pressed? All right, good morning to you once again. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Achike today and Samuel Adiola. My name is Adene. Quickly, we have papers here. We have Vanguard, Punch, Daily Trust, Nigerian Tribune, The Guardian newspaper, and The Nation newspaper. Vanguard says the federal government Labour's deal under threat. NLC accuses Lalonga violation. On presidential poll, Supreme Court to hear Atiku Obi's case against Tinubu next Monday. On 2023 polls, the tribunal's dismissal of 712 petitions, withdrawal of 179 validate our conduct. Tinubu orders mourn as ex-DG budget office Bode Augusto dies at 68. And Israel-Hamas war, Sharia Council can PFN disagree over Nigeria's role. On petrol scarcity, queues grow longer as depots dry up. Kano governor doles out PGD scholarship to 1,001 beneficiaries. Tinubu appoints Issa Onilu, Ali M. Ali, 6 others under Information Ministry. In sports and transfer, Newcastle United plan move for Boniface. Details and more can be found in today's Vanguard newspaper. Over now to the front page of the Punch newspaper. Supreme Court begins Atiku's appeal against Tinubu on Monday. INEC defends 2023 polls, says 712 petitions dismissed. Israel, Hamas, US, UK, Germany ask citizens to leave Lebanon. On fuel scarcity, the banner headline here says NNPCL marketers disagree over supply as queues spread. No supply from NNPCL for over 1 month. Ex-depot price hit 605 naira. That's according to Ipman. NNPCL firing back, assuring Nigerians stop panic buying the insufficient products. President appoints new heads for NTA, NBC, 8 others. Okada riders shun government's ban, return to restricted roads. Sanwo-Olu, Abiodun Dangote beat Akintola Williams a farewell. Get a copy of the Punch newspaper to read all the stories this morning and more. Daily Trust is up next. Industry's battle for survival as dollar hit 1,155. Elections, 891 of 1,196 petitions dismissed or withdrawn. That INEC firing back to a particular headline that was, that went viral on Wednesday. Tinubu withdraws appointment of 24-year-old as Firma chair. Diphtheria, Kano tops as 15,060 suspected cases recorded in 20 states and FCT. Kano governor flags our foreign postgraduate scholarship for 1,001 students. RMFAC reps are telling RMFAC account for 500 billion naira recoveries. Lastly, Matawale Governor Lawal's feud leaves Zamfara civil servant hungry. Get a copy of Daily Trust newspaper to read those stories and more this morning. The Nigerian Tribune is up next. INEC releases statistics on 2023 elections as 891 petitions dismissed and all withdrawn. Defense upholds the credibility. APC, PDP fought over call for Akeredolu's impeachment. On Tinubu, Supreme Court hears Atiku Obi APM's appeals October 23rd. Federal government to close a third mainland bridge Saturday and Sunday. NLC accuses Labour Minister of partiality in handling NURTW crisis. Bayelsa poll, I bear no grudge against Derrida, according to Dixon. Ohaneze backs amnesty for gunmen to stop killings, destruction in Southeast. Lastly, Tinubu withdraws appointment of 24-year-old as Firma chairperson. Get a copy of Nigerian Tribune to read all the stories and more this morning. The Guardian says the varsity is sad tales of underfunded, understaffed medical centers. It's the big story here that you can find on pages 4 and 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Review Nigeria's relations with Israel. Sharia Council tells Tinubu operators fault new 6 aircraft fleet rule for startup airlines. Tinubu revokes Imam's nomination as a Firma chairman, appoints CEOs for parastatals. And lastly, no respite for Nigerians as petrol scarcity bites harder in Abuja, Lagos, and others. The Nation is the last newspaper this morning. 891 petitions dismissed, withdrawn, says INEC. Senator Danjuma lawmaking should be part-time job. Federal government to pay 500 million naira fine on 4,000 inmates' freedom. Governors, business moguls bid Akintola Williams buy. Chinese firms, federal government sign $6 billion pact on power and automobile. Atiku Obi versus Tinubu legal fireworks on Monday. Supreme Court fixes hearing of appeal bid by PDP candidate to submit CSU document. And lastly, federal government states to join forces and mining. Get a copy of the Nation newspaper to read all those stories and more this morning. Good morning to you once again, Achike Chide and Samuel Adiola. Thank you very much for being here. Did any particular story stick out, while reading any particular one?
The one you didn't read.
Okay.
Is the compositions of the Supreme Court judges.
Okay.
The 7 members.
Oh, that must be in the stories. I don't have those. I don't have that particular one on the headlines.
Yeah,
in the headlines, rather. Okay. Okay. It has to be in the story. Okay. Achike, did any particular one stick out?
No, we take them as they come.
Okay. So, Samuel, why are you interested in that one?
Well, because it's one of the news that everybody has been waiting for.
Okay.
Plus or minus, the Supreme Court has only November 6th to deal with the whole case and finalize the whole thing. And it has been part of discussions on the
who makes up
social
what
media,
and
who makes up what and all that.
Okay.
And I've read the numbers and I discovered that even the Chief Judge was not among them.
Okay.
And another.
You think that's a good thing?
I don't.
Well, I don't have any. I don't have any legal background, so I mean,
I don't see it as bad because they are all equal.
Okay.
Except that he might not want to have interest because of the last backlash on his traveling and all.
Okay.
But there's still a snack in that composition.
Okay.
Which I believe that if had been the story, people will still be able to raise it, and it will still be raised on social media as it's being raised already. And that is the fact that one of the judges, his son is a member of the political party.
Okay.
Also
which of the parties?
APC. Okay. Also a member of House of Assembly in Ondo State presently.
Okay.
So
and that has been confirmed that
no, it's not an argument. It's confirmed. It's certain.
So you think he really should be recused? He should recuse himself, rather.
Yes, she should. If we are going to take into cognizance the confession of Bokachua husband in the National Assembly, if we are going to take it, I am not impugned on the integrities of Milord George.
Though I remember that during the Bokachua incident, I remember that while I was talking to you that morning, you said that because you basically technically defended Bokachua. I mean the judge.
Yeah, because
you said that it was.
It's a kind of a vague.
You also said that she really didn't have much powers like that to have influenced anything.
No, if it's a judge, if it's his seat of about 4 or 5 as it were in the Court of Appeal.
Okay.
Bokachua may not, yes.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, do you know, I realized that she also recused herself because of her husband's affinity with the party. Okay. He did that. That was why before he retired.
But her husband made the statement after she had retired.
Yes. So her husband now made the statement after she had retired. Okay. But at the end of the day, he recused herself because of her husband's affinity with the party,
with the political party,
and the office he was holding. It's more or less like this. Even though we might say he's our son, so to say, but everybody will still think and see it as a conflict of interest. Okay. Because we don't know who actually, mentor the guy to become.
Oh, okay. I see. Would you like to quickly respond to that, or we just move into the stories?
Yeah. Well, the issue with the judiciary is the issue we have with Nigeria and with virtually every sector of
basically there's no trust
of every part of this country. Judiciary cannot operate outside the confines and limitations of the Nigerian state, which she finds herself. So if you're talking about, for instance, endemic corruption and so many other things, it has entered the temple of justice. It entered the temple of justice a very long time ago. There's no doubt. Don't forget that as at the time that we still had a much more credible judiciary, even under the military dictatorship then, the judge who sentenced Fela unjustly to some years in prison, his conscience pricked him. He had to go to to Fela when Fela was ill. They took him to the hospital from prison, and then he went and begged Fela to forgive him. You understand? That was when Fela made that famous statement, "Judge, don't come beg me." You understand? And of course, the military was embarrassed, and they removed the judge. But the reality was that you still had a judge that had a conscience and that couldn't sleep because of what he had just done to an innocent person. Our judges, are like mercenaries, a lot of them, and there's no distance there. They are good ones. There's no doubt. Just like out of every 12, you have one that is bad and the rest. As for Bukachua, he made a statement of facts. He wasn't compelled to make that statement. He just got up and said, look, you people have benefited from perverted justice or skewed justice. And when he was saying that, they were trying to do another off the mic scene. They were trying to shut him down. You understand? And so that was what happened with him. And so let's hope that we don't have the judiciary that the country needs. Let us take matters, electoral matters, out of the courts. We keep on saying that because you know it is
on the voting day.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, I was listening. Was it you?
Yes, me and Kemi. Right.
Was it you and Kemi?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Maybe someone called in and said that what we had.
No, it was Kemi that.
No. I'm trying to remember a particular line that someone said that we're no longer operating in a democracy.
We are now judicracy.
Judicracy.
It was Wale from.
It was
and there's a lot of sense in that.
You know that the judges, the courts are practically handing us results.
Yeah.
And winners of the election conducted in 2023 are present. Vote different. The case you have to have a rerun, but both happened in Enugu and Ogun State. The two of them have been returned.
Wasn't that something similar that happened in Adamawa? Was it?
No.
Different. It was different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, so the reality is that
are we now saying they want? Are we now saying that the law that is on ground that have been in operation before even this president?
So you disagree with INEC?
Why is there so much discontent? Okay. Why do we have this number of cases unprecedented from 1999 to date? Can the argument be made that it is as a result of the flourishing of our democracy that we are now having more disgruntled people complain about elections, or is it because the democracy that we had, even before now, seemed to have been better than what we have today? And so when some of us complain about the last elections and the rest, it is not because we want to complain. These are facts and data that are following it, that they are much more disgruntled losers. No, let them lose well. Even the people, their own supporters, will say, "Oh, guy, you lost. Stop going to court."
Okay, quickly, because we need to take a message in a bit. Federal government labours deal under threat. NLC accuses Lalong of violation. The rider.
You find actors, non-state actors in Lagos who are affiliated to NURTW, for instance, and garages and parks now, taking this matter up at the national level, not trying to make a play at the national level. So it is obviously, there is no doubt about, we've never had a situation like this. NURTW has always been problematic in many parts of the country, especially the southwest. We have it in southeast and the rest, but when you talk about two places in southwest, Ibadan,
Lagos and Ibadan.
Lagos, thank you. Yes. Lagos and Ibadan and all that. But now it is being taken at national level, and that's why from the warning by the NLC that they will resist any attempt at imposition of national leadership of the NURTW. This is what they are referring to. We can't, come and say it any other way. It is the way we understand it that we have to say it. That is what is happening. Because it was never an issue before. They've never had this issue at national level before. This is the first time it is becoming an issue at the national level, and that has to do with the change of governance at the center, and then the APC. And then perhaps the involvement of people who feel that the president should have a stake. It might not be the president directly, but people close to him. The body language obviously is what they are looking at.
Okay. Do you think the president, Samuel, quickly, do you think the president needs to do something about it?
He has nothing to do about it. He has nothing to say about it.
But they promised
that to just talk to his people to step up.
Because they acknowledged it. You see, the last meeting they had.
There is no doubt about it that Lagos has influxed the Abuja and NURTW. And like I explained from the beginning, that somebody call and take me off from Milaro and say this thing. It is something that has been happening over time right here in Lagos. We know where that person's interest lies, and we know where his affiliation is. It was never been denied by the man in power right now. His associations, affiliations, and interactions with these people. So therefore, if anything is happening at the center and it involves these same people, then we cannot diffuse the fact that, especially when he did not call them to caution, like, don't rubbish my status right here.
Yeah, it's important because people are pointing to him.
Do you think the president has the political muscle, if I can say that, to caution them? Because at one point, excuse me, I'm going somewhere. Because at one point in time, political parties, they use NURTW. So why would you caution a monster you created?
Yeah, because if that monster,
especially when you benefit heavily from this monster,
if that monster is becoming an embarrassment, don't forget again, this is at the center. There are more eyes on what you do. And that's why, for instance, when the Niger thing came up and he was talking about going to Niger, perhaps if it had been in Lagos, it might not have been challenged. But now more people were looking up to him, because in Lagos you are contending with one state and the citizens. In Nigeria, as president, you're contending with 36 states and citizens of Abuja. So it is not. So it's not this exactly. Then even nationally, outside too. Okay. So the dynamics are different. But in the last meeting they had with the NLC, it was part of the resolutions, part of the agreements, that they said they will now allow the democratic process to govern what happens within the NURTW.
Okay, all right then. It's still freshly pressed on Fresh 105.3 from Lagos. We'll take calls right after these messages. Stick around and go away.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700.
Our weekly prizes with minimum of 10 correct entries. Just dial 3020 on star 3020 ash on top your MTN, Airtel, and 9 Mobile. Make you listen to every program with Dr. Yinka Ayefele. They present on top Fresh FM every Sunday. To confirm if you don't win 3020, 2-bedroom bungalow for December. Not dull yourself.
You stand the chance of winning 3-0.
You're welcome back to Freshly Pressed. We are Fresh 105.3 from Lagos, and we're still looking at some stories in the papers this morning. Time now to quickly hear from you. 0916 201 1053 or 0905 668 1053. Please try as much as possible. Let's be civil and let's be respectful. Hi, good morning. Fresh from Lagos. Hello, good morning. All right then, 0905 668 1053 or 0916 201 1053. Good morning, Fresh FM Lagos. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Thank God for life.
Thankful.
Amen.
I and
Samuel.
Good morning.
Okay. Yeah. What's your name? Where are you calling us from, please?
My name is Ambrose. I live in Mowe.
Thank you.
They said before this president came in, they said it would work. I have not seen anything work. I'm worried with the dollar. And this uncommon man in Mowe has shouted, they should ban dollarization in this country. They said the official peg rate, because what I'm saying is now, you said dollar is 1,155. 155.
Yeah.
They should ban the use of dollar. The government peg budget for next year at 700 naira. I want to say it may not sound, good, but it will help the economy and every one of us.
Okay.
If anybody is sending money from abroad, they should ban Bureau de change. They should ban every form of exchange thing. People should send dollars. They go to bank. They collect their 700 naira. You want to do anything abroad, you pay to CBN. If we don't do this, I'm telling you that it will. This government money that they are giving them in naira that they are using to buy dollar, they will mop up. If you like, go and bring the whole dollar in US. Nigerian politicians buy it too.
Okay.
And if they keep on buying this dollar, oh God, can't President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ban the use of dollar? Is this how we will continue?
Okay.
I am weeping this morning. My heart is heavy.
Okay.
We are suffering.
All right, Ambrose.
Well.
Amen. Thank you so much for calling, Ambrose. Thank you very much. 0916 201 1053. You can also call Fresh FM Lagos on 0905 668 1053. It's still freshly pressed in case you just tuned in. Yes, Achike Chude and Samuel Adila. The queues are back. On the front page of...
The queue to buy food.
To buy food. when we say queues, we know it can only mean one thing for one reason. Quickly. Hi, good morning.
I only queue to
Fresh
buy food.
FM Lagos.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, my name is Prince Charles Akaize. Prince Akaize.
Good. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, calling
Where are you
from
calling
Ikorodu.
from? From Ikorodu.
From Ikorodu. I am Achuke. Mr.
Yes.
Adiola, you guys are doing a good job. I respect your analysis IQ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, God bless you guys.
Thank you.
We must keep start giving allocation to banks. They must keep allocation because banks are not getting allocation in the last 3 months. That is why you see that the price of dollar is going up in the parallel market. But as soon as they start giving allocation, I tell you, this thing will crash.
Okay.
We cannot continue like this.
Okay.
The CBN has tried. Lifting the ban on 43 items is a good move, but you must back it up with allocation. You must fund the banks. You must give them allocation.
Okay.
So that we can move forward. And please, honestly, let the CBN convert every dollar in anybody's domiciliary account to naira. I am a Nigerian citizen. I can't be in Nigeria and be operating a dollar account when you're not a business person.
Okay.
When you're not a business person, please let's get this thing right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince Charles Akaize. He called in from Ikorodu. 0916-201-1053 or 0905-668-105 and Samuel Adiola. Oh gosh, we'll go with another call. Hi, good morning. Sorry, I'll get back to you in a bit. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Adenike.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm cool, I'm fine, and you?
Good. I'm fine. Who am I speaking with?
Taiwo Oluwakayode.
Where have you been? Good morning.
I've been to London
To see the king.
And what did you do? What did you do when you got there?
I remain loyal, sir.
Tony, you that's talking about Nigerian, what did you do when you got there? Let's see whether you know it. I'm fine. So what did you do when
The king.
No, it's the queen.
The queen.
Okay, the king now. Okay, the king. Sorry, it's the king now. Okay, so what did you do? You frightened the little mouse under the. Okay, good. So she didn't know. So go on.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Howard.
Thank you for your fantastic analysis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I do enjoy everything you people are saying. Nigerian matter, go tire us.
Amen.
Thank you.
Concerning the issue of the judges, which Adiola spoke about, I was discussing with a friend of mine. I said, look, if it were to be in a Senate line, the other guy is not supposed to be among those judges because already, irrespective of whatever judgment that came out of it, it will be as if it's a mole among them. Nigerian style, and I don't know why we keep making the same mistake all the time. But irrespective of how it is, the Lord Almighty that has seen us through to this day will continue to see us through till the end in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We miss you. Thank you so much. All right then, 0916-201-1053, 0905-668-1053. So we were talking about the queues earlier. NNPC is saying that, stop panic buying. There is sufficient product, at least, for the next 30 days. But Ipman is saying that no supply from NNPCL for over 1 month and that exit depot price has hit 605 naira per litre. So, when was the last time? Have you gotten fuel in the past 2 days?
Yes,
Samuel
yes,
Adiola.
yes.
Okay. You just trotted into the fuel station. You
really.
never really hassle for fuel anyway.
I think I have.
I know you have a fuel station, about 6 of them.
Yes.
Yes, so
yes,
you're usually sorted.
It's a one-man mafia.
You don't know who you are sitting beside.
It's a one-man mafia. No, I know he is. It's mafia and cabal together.
Yes.
Everything all joined.
I have one in front of office. I have another one
at the back of your
2 days
house
from my office.
Okay.
And then as I move on, all these places I have shares there, so it's easy.
I know. When I grow up,
these people that deny me share buying.
right, total. When I grow up, because I'm still very young, like Achike said earlier. When I grow up, I'd really like to make friends with the fuel station
with
managers and
owners. People. Just make friends with oil people.
I would really love to do that.
Maybe slight deviation, maybe based on what you are saying. There was this guy in our school in those days, and he had this girlfriend at the food village. Is it higher? He said, believe me, it paid him more.
more than all of you that had wings.
Oh yes,
that, you know,
he benefited massively. That's a smart
My
guy.
guy had foresight.
Oh yes, that's a smart guy.
Very solid stand-up guy. Hi, good morning, Fresh FM Lagos.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my beautiful. Good morning, my beautiful lady in the studio.
Good morning. How you doing? Good morning.
God bless you. God bless you. Happy weekend to everyone.
Thank you so much. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, good morning, Bishop.
Welcome, Bishop calling.
Okay.
Bishop, thank you so much for
To
calling.
hear our sister Taiwo this morning, I'm excited. God bless you. Whenever I am, thank you so much. You see, when I asked you, you keep me aside. I didn't have anything to say. You are our governor in the studio there. When you end the show, the way Taiwo Akishola was giving us music, something that warrant to the music. When we are going, give us the music. Which way Nigeria?
That relate to whatever happened.
I should keep reminding you of what is going on. I ain't gonna do that. Right?
You want to forget your sorrow.
In fact, you don't know what I have lined up for you now again.
Okay.
You better stick to Taiwo Akishola if you want to be reminded. What's going on?
Let me wait and see. See, for the issue of Nigeria, see, Anti-Kemi, if we say something now, someone will call now and say we are praying for the president to fail. That if you allow us to make sure that we be put to shame. And since last year, nobody has ever put me to shame. Now, in the studio you are now, can I pray for you to do your job, that the failure come to you? Capitan, no. See, look at my place this morning. Yesterday, 900 naira per liter. And the queue that is in this filling station now is like from your studio there to Lagos Television Junction, not about there.
Okay.
See, where are we going? See,
Okay.
Da su guji yin mu'amala da masu gudanar da harkokin kuɗaɗe marasa lasisi. Ku tabbatar da kun yi binciken matsayin lasisin waɗannan kamfanonin da tsare-tsarensu akan waɗannan yanar gizon www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng domin kai
Sending the bridge.
Yeah. It is a nightmare, and for people who are using
But
that bridge for the first
there?
time.
How did we
No,
get to
well,
this
you know what I find intriguing about the whole thing was that the government spent months, perhaps more than a year, when I think Fashola, when he was the Minister of Works, to look at the structural, base of the bridge itself. Yes. I mean, they did a lot of work over a period of time to strengthen the bridge, which was a good thing by the Ministry of Works. At least you don't, not until the bridge collapses, God forbid. So they did a good thing there. But what I found strange was after spending much of the money, in looking at the structural foundation of that bridge, what they left the surfacing of the bridge undone. Already it was bad. How much were they now going to patch? They did not patch it up. And that was, so immediately they left, and then they opened the road to people. I noticed that. I said, but why would you spend many months, up to a year, if not more than a year, and to do all this massive work you are doing on the bridge to keep it safe? And then they ordered the very, very little that needed to be done just to patch up some of these things. You never did it. And that's why it has gotten worse. So I mean, but it's sad. It's unfortunate that we have this kind of situation there, and they allowed it to get to this level. It's dangerous, extremely very dangerous.
Now, what miracle are they likely to perform in like a 24 hours?
Like I said, 24 hours. It's
because it's just too small.
No, it's patchwork. That was what I was saying.
Again, it brings me to the issue of trust. Because most of the time when we have road, construction issues, and they tell you that it's likely to be shut down for 1 week, expect like a month. I remember the CMD road.
Oh yes.
When they announced a couple of, I think it was last month. Did they were going to fix it? They just needed maybe 8 days or something. Yeah. It ended up, So
it put to questions the kind of the arguments of the former minister. We all praised everywhere we go. Babatunde Raji Fashola, during his tenure, in that two term, he was in charge of works. And he was the one that ordered for the closures for 3 months. And at the end of the day, we still end up like this.
Do you know that sidebar? I've heard a lot of people, some critics opine that Fashola was actually demystified when he got those two appointments. Minister for Power, Works and Housing, then eventually, works. He was demystified because when he was the state governor, everyone thought that, he was this genius. I mean, you really can't deny the fact that he's a brilliant person. Absolutely brilliant, But at the same time, critics would say that maybe he really was overrated while he wasn't
in Lagos. Overrated. You have said it before when you are talking about the president. Lagos is not Nigeria.
Okay.
The only thing you cannot take away from Fashola, which I knew, is efficiency in handling his work. Okay. This is somebody that will go and inspect the work you are doing as far as enter the north where they claim Boko Haram at the dead of the night.
Yeah, but
you understand? I can attest to that.
Yes.
Because some
this
of the
time... This is not a party thing.
I put challenges to Akim Bello, who happens to be his SA for a long time, for that 16 years, 8 years in Lagos and 8 years at the federal. And he gave me some of the time situation report of things and all the rest when we want to compare. So for me, I think the way that this third mainland bridge, I don't know what give way.
What really went
but it was a shoddy job.
Well, let me just quickly say this. Yeah, when he became minister of these two very important ministries. Okay, then housing. You're putting housing. Okay, fine.
Yes, housing
so
is still
he was called the
super
minister. You understand? And then by the time he left, he wasn't so super. Let me just put it that way.
Okay. All right then. 0916-201-1053 or 0905-668-1053. Also, I just enjoin you to brace up for the weekend. Just read the headline on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Federal government to close the third mainland bridge Saturday and Sunday. Hi, good morning. Fresh FM Lagos. Good morning.
Hello, Fresh.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am fine.
Thank you.
I am Babari.
Good morning, Babari.
I am Omoriri.
Thank you so much. Please shoot.
I greet you guys on a Friday.
Yeah, good morning, Babari.
Good morning, Omoriri is greeting you.
You guys in Lagos about fuel supply.
There's scarcity, plenty queues. You don't have that in Abeokuta.
I just bought one yesterday.
Really?
At BC.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
There was a petrol station in front of the state police headquarters.
Oh, wow.
The sellers, they were just sitting idly. No vehicle coming in to buy petrol. So what really is it a supply?
There are queues here also. Some stations are not even dispensing.
Populations of the cars.
A lot of stations are not dispensing.
That is causing it. Is the population of the cars.
My exit, Obantoko, along there are 3 petrol stations along the road, and they are dispensing fuel.
Yes, they will dispense fuel.
The other one, private, independent, 600. I don't know what is really happening in Lagos.
It's the numbers of cars that is in Lagos that is causing it.
I will not buy that.
Okay.
Did you touch the Middle East at all?
Oh, yes, I read headlines from there. I talked about CAN, PFN, and Sharia Council disagreeing over Nigeria's role in the Middle East. I talked about it. I read the headline, rather. You want to talk about that?
It's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I said I read that headline. Oh, you can go ahead, talk about it if you want to, Babari.
In anything that I have about the Middle East.
Yes.
Okay. Nika, you were asking me before yesterday that I did not comment on Hamas, attack on Israel. Then I was telling you that before that attack came in,
you did.
Israel has been, encroaching into the Palestinian territories.
You did say that.
Destroying the houses, killing people. That's why did the international community did not say anything. Like that press correspondent that I told you about, that Al Jazeera lady.
You did say that.
Israel denied that it is all them that killed that lady, but later, when the pressure was too much...
They said they were going to investigate and nothing really came out of it.
But Babari, can I ask you a question?
Ask me, my brother Sam.
Okay, you learned that there was a blown on the hospital in the Hamas, and everybody thought it was Israelis that did it. Have you now realized that it wasn't Israeli with the evidences they show that it was the Hamas terrorists themselves that bombed that hospital? What do you have to say?
How can Hamas do that? Let me tell you, this lady that I'm telling you about, this Al Jazeera,
the journalist,
Israel denied that they did not do it. They said it was the Palestinians that did it. Look, Sam, I beg,
but there are evidences.
Yes. Okay. Too much lean on Israel. Right. We know they are God's children, but they are overdoing this thing.
Okay. All right, Babari, we always appreciate your input. Thank you so much for calling. Hi, good morning, Fresh FM Lagos. Hello, good morning. All right, then, please try to call us back. All right, it's exactly 8:50. Let's take another message, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
The National Broadcasting Commission welcomes broadcasters, content creators, tech experts, exhibitors, and investors from Nigeria and all over to the 13th edition of Africast. Africast 2023 brings you 3 days of world-class exposition, innovation, and technology advancement, featuring an exceptional lineup of industry leaders that will inspire and guide you with their insights and expertise. Theme: broadcast content, synergy, finance, and market. Date: Tuesday the 24th to Thursday the 26th of October 2023. Venue: Marriott Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos. Time: 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Chief host: Honorable Minister for Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris. Host: Balarabe Shehu Ilela, Director General. Announcer: Management. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Download the Fresh FM app on your Android phone, tablet to listen to Fresh FM
anywhere in the world.
To download, go to Google Play Store and App Store. Search for Fresh FM Nigeria, select the icon, tap, and install for free. Follow the on-screen instructions, complete the installation, and get our content anywhere under the sun in real time. The Fresh FM radio app is all in one. You can listen live, watch us live, see our Facebook.
I read the analyst.
Well, good morning. Thanks so much for calling. Please shoot. You're my last call, actually.
Adiola, you are really, giving me a very dicey picture here. I don't know why this morning.
Please
all right. Please, let me, once again, I want to advise the last speaker. Why